there's a topic that we need to talk about, a topic that has affected millions of lives throughout our country. We're talking crack. If your basement has a crack, it's telling you something and you need to listen to it. So let's talk about the different kinds of cracks, what they mean for your home, and based on that, do you need to call a professional to come take a look at it? The three major foundation types that we see in our area are stone foundations, block foundations, and poured concrete foundations. If you have a poured concrete foundation, it is acceptable to see shrinkage cracks. Shrinkage cracks occur when they pour the concrete. Water is a part of the concrete mixture. When that water evaporates, the concrete is going to shrink. When the concrete shrinks, you will get some cracks. These cracks are typically a 1/16 of an inch or less, and most of the time they're not directly vertical. They usually have a little bit of a meander in the crack itself. Now, with that being said, oftentimes these cracks do not make it to the outside of the foundation. You can see them on the inside or you can see them on the outside. Most of the time they do not transpire all the way through. So if you're wondering if you have a shrinkage crack, look to see if it's also on the outside. If that crack is also on the outside of the basement, you probably want to put a crack bonder on that crack and start monitoring it to make sure you don't have a major issue. Now, if you have a stone or a block foundation, you should never have any cracks in your foundation. If you have a crack in your foundation, this is 100% a sign of structural integrity damage and you need to call a professional. There are 5 major types of foundation cracks. Shrinkage crack, which we've already covered, staircase crack, angular crack, horizontal crack, and vertical crack. All of these cracks mean something different. So what you're going to do is you're going to look in your basement. Staircase cracks are the most common in a block foundation, or you can get a variation of a staircase crack in a stone foundation. Pretty much, this crack follows the mortar joints and is opened up over time. This is 100% indicative of settlement. In order for that staircase to open, something has to drop. Concrete doesn't bend, it doesn't move, it stays put, or should stay put, for all of time. So if you have a crack in the foundation and it's in the staircase, you know that there's sediment. If you have a horizontal crack, you know that the earth pressure on the outside of the wall is greater than the structural integrity of the wall, causing the foundation to crack and potentially bow inward. If you have a horizontal crack, you need to call a professional to get this looked at. You also have angular cracks. Angular cracks typically form in cold joints and concrete floors, or they form from dramatic settlement happening at once. If you have dramatic settlement, what's going to happen is the concrete isn't going to take its time and slowly break up through a staircase crack. It is going to shear, and therefore you're going to get an angular crack. Vertical cracks occur when you have sediment, or they can occur because you have horizontal bowing of the wall. So, with all this information you now have, if you see angular, vertical, horizontal, or staircase crack, you need to call a professional, get it looked at, and come up with a game plan for saving your home's foundation.